Hello, and welcome to 5 Minute Math. Today we are looking at the third grade concept of foundations of rounding. This is standard 3.2C in the great state of Texas. We are using item number 8 of the 2024 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we have here. I'm going to draw a slightly larger number line just because that's a little bit small and I want to kind of mimic what we have here. So I've got a 200 and a 300. And then I've got a line kind of right in the middle. All right, so now we've got a little bit more space. Look what it's asking us to do. Michelle plots a point on a number line, and here's the key. More than halfway between 200 and 300. Well, they don't label that halfway, but we could go ahead and label that halfway. We need to think what number comes in between 200 and 300, okay? So if we're looking at our place values, right, we've got our 200 and we've got our 300. So if we're looking at our place values there, you notice that the difference there is the hundredths place, and 2 moves up to 3. So there's not any digits between 2 and 3. So the change is not going to come in that hundreds place. It's going to come in that next smallest place, which is the tens, right? So what are the other options we can put there for the tens place? Well, if we keep the 2 in the hundreds place, right, it could be 210, 220, 230, and we're just going to go all the way up until we get to 290, right? Because once we hit 290, uh, you can't go any higher except for 300. We already have a 300. Right? So we're looking at what's at the midpoint here. What we're going to notice that is if we count, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So we've got those 4 go up, these 4 go down. If we want to look in the exact middle, right, in between is going to be that 250. So we can label this 250, right, as the halfway point. Another way to think about this, if we take the zeros off of everything, we turn it from 20 to 30, right? What's halfway between 20 and 30? Well, hopefully we're thinking 25. So if we think that 25, that's the same thing as what we did. We just add a 0 to everything, multiply it by 10. All right, so 250 is our halfway point. Now, 250 is an answer, but take a look at what it actually says. The point is more than halfway. So we had to do a little bit of work to put that 250 there. But would you say that 250 is more than halfway between 200 and 300? That 250 looks like it's exactly halfway. When I'm thinking more than halfway, I'm thinking it's going to end up being somewhere in this area right there. That's my more than halfway. That 250 doesn't quite cut it for me because it's exactly halfway. So we want this to be more than halfway. So probably not that 250 because it's already right there. Let's put that 225, okay? Well, look at the tens place, right? We got the 20 and the 25. Like between 20 and 25, that 22 is going to be actually, that's actually halfway between the 200 and the 250 is what that is. So we can put that 225 right there because 25 is half of 50. So this is less than halfway. So that's not going to work. 208 is a lot smaller. It doesn't land exactly on a line. We'll call that maybe right around there. That's less than halfway. We already know that 250 is exactly halfway. So that 264 is going to have to work, and it does. Take a look at the tens place, right? The 26 versus the 25 and 30, right? If we just look at the hundreds in the tens place, 26 comes between 25 and 30. It's going to be a little bit like past that. That 264 is going to land right there. So that's the only one that is more than halfway between 200 and 300.